Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Alex Hormozi's $100 offers.
Ooh.
We've got excerpts from the book ready to go, and I think our mission here should be how to make an offer so good people can't say no.
I love it.
So are you ready to turn those business dreams into reality?
Let's do it.
All right, so I think it's all about understanding what makes an offer irresistible.
Absolutely.
And it seems like Hormozi's a master at this.
He is. And what's interesting is that he built this expertise from a place we all kind of fear, like staring down absolute failure.
Oh.
He went from almost bankrupt to launching 6 gyms practically overnight.
Okay, so we got to hear this story.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, 2016.
Right.
After paying his salesman, he's down to his last $1,036.
Wow.
Talk about a holiday stress test, right?
Most people would panic at that point.
For sure.
But he used that pressure to refine what he calls his Grand Slam offer. Got a little help from his credit card.
And boom, pulled off the impossible.
Wow.
That's the power of a really killer offer, wouldn't you say?
It really is. It's like hitting a home run when you're down to your last strike.
Absolutely.
So a great offer can obviously turn things around, but does that mean it works anywhere?
That's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Hormozi says the market you choose is just as important as the offer itself.
Okay.
He calls it finding a starving crowd.
Makes sense to me. It's like I could have the best underwater basket weaving course ever, but if nobody wants to learn it.
You're sunk. Exactly.
Yeah.
The market's got to be there first.
Yeah.
It's like having a hot dog stand. It doesn't matter how good your hot dogs are if no one's around to buy them.
Right.
But you put yourself outside a packed stadium, even mediocre Franks will fly off the grill.
For sure. So how do we find our own starving crowd? Are there some signs we should be looking for?
Absolutely there are. Hormozi lays out 4 key indicators.
Okay, the first one is massive pain.
Massive pain.
Massive pain.
Got it.
People need a solution and they needed it yesterday.
Okay.
Think of his friend Lloyd.
Okay.
Lloyd was trying to sell software to newspapers.
Oh.
That market was shrinking, not really hurting for solutions, right?
No, not really. So what happened?
Then the pandemic hit, and suddenly everyone needed masks.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So Lloyd pivoted to making automated mask-making machines.
Wow.
And boom, he hit it big.
That's awesome.
There was massive demand, and with masks, he found a market with plenty of money.
Okay, so pain and money.
Yes.
What are the other 2?
The third one is easy to target.
Easy to target.
You need to be able to reach your audience effectively.
Yeah.
Like with masks, everyone was a potential customer.
Right.
And lastly, the market needs to be growing, not shrinking like those newspapers.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have pain, money, target, growth.
All right, I'm writing this down. But let's say you have a decent market, but your offer isn't totally perfect yet.
Okay.
Does that mean you're doomed?
Not necessarily. Hormozi ranks these things in what he calls his order of importance principle.
Interesting.
So that means starving crowd beats offer strength, which beats persuasion skills.
Wow. So even if you're not like the best salesperson, or your product isn't 100% there yet, being in the right market can give you a huge advantage.
Think of it this way. You could have an okay hot dog stand.
Okay.
Not the best, but you're the only one at a huge festival.
Yeah.
People are starving. They'll take anything.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
So that's a great market overcoming a mediocre offer.
Right.
So it's the same for you. The right audience can be more important than perfecting everything else first.
That makes a lot of sense. But don't serve up bad hot dogs, right?
No, no, no.
We still need a good offer.
Absolutely.
So how do we go from finding that crowd to crafting something they can't refuse?
That's where what he called his value equation comes in.
Oh, the value equation.
Okay. It's a way to break down and boost the perceived value of what you offer.
Okay, let's unpack that.
Okay.
What exactly makes up this value equation?
It has 4 key components. The first one is the dream outcome.
The dream outcome.
What your customer wants to achieve.
Right.
But it's not enough to just promise them the moon. You have to back it up.
Okay.
With what he calls perceived likelihood of achievement.
Oh, so it's not just about saying, like, you'll be slim.
Right.
It's convincing people that your program will actually get them there.
Right. This is where things like testimonials, case studies, anything that boosts believability comes into play. The next part is time delay.
Okay.
The faster they see results, the more valuable your offer seems.
That's so interesting. It's almost like the idea of something being expensive makes it taste better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's the power of perception.
Wow. So what's next?
Next we have effort and sacrifice.
Effort and sacrifice.
People want results without the pain. Make the process easy and enjoyable, and your offer becomes way more appealing.
Okay.
Think about it. Would you rather lose weight over 2 years of grueling workouts?
Yeah.
Or through liposuction that gives you results in a day?
Okay, liposuction is a bit extreme.
It is.
But I get your point.
Yeah, less effort, faster results.
That was pretty good to me. Okay, so to sum it up, crank that dream outcome, show them it's achievable, make it happen fast, and keep it easy. Did I get it?
You got it. Now the question is, how do you translate these kind of abstract ideas into a concrete offer?
Right.
And fortunately, Hormozi is a step-by-step process for that.
Okay. I love having a roadmap.
Yeah, it all starts with pinpointing that dream outcome.
Dream outcome, check.
Then list out all the potential problems and obstacles standing in their way.
Okay.
From there, you brainstorm solutions for each obstacle.
So instead of just selling the solution, you're acknowledging the roadblocks too.
Exactly. It shows you understand their struggles.
I like it.
Then you've got to explore different delivery methods.
Delivery methods, okay.
That's how you'll actually get those solutions to your customer.
Makes sense.
It could be one-on-one coaching, online courses, group programs, you name it.
So this is where we can get creative.
Yeah, this is where the brick exercise comes in.
Okay, what is that?
He uses it to illustrate the power of thinking outside the box.
All right.
He asks, how many uses for a brick can you come up with?
That's a good question.
It forces you to break free from conventional thinking and consider all sorts of possibilities.
So once we have our mountain of solutions and delivery methods, what's next?
The next steps are all about refining. You trim away anything that's not essential or too costly. Then you stack the remaining pieces to create an irresistible package.
Okay, so it's not about throwing in everything, but it's about strategically layering the offer to make it feel valuable. Is that where his whole gym transformation comes in?
You got it. He took a basic gym membership and stacked it with solutions to every possible obstacle his clients might face.
Makes sense.
He addressed nutrition, motivation, accountability, even social anxieties related to fitness.
Wow, so he thought of everything.
He created an offer so comprehensive that it practically eliminated the need for comparison shopping.
That's really smart.
But there's one more psychological trick we need to add into the mix.
Okay.
Scarcity and urgency.
Oh, the fear of missing out.
Yes.
I'm all too familiar with that one.
Yeah, remember when we went to that exclusive fundraiser?
Oh, yeah?
That was a masterclass in how scarcity can drive up prices.
For sure.
$25,000 a ticket.
It's crazy how powerful that can be.
Yeah.
So how can we ethically incorporate scarcity and urgency into our offers?
Well, there are a few ways you can do this. Capping the number of clients you take on is a classic.
Yeah.
You can also create rolling cohorts with set start dates. Or leverage seasonal promotions and limited time bonuses to create urgency.
Awesome. So we've got scarcity and urgency covered. But before we move on, I want to touch on something we haven't discussed yet. Bonuses.
Oh, yes.
How do they fit into all of this?
Bonuses are a fantastic way to amplify the perceived value of your offer without lowering your price.
I love bonuses.
They're like the cherry on top.
Yeah, and the possibilities are pretty much endless, right?
They are.
Checklists, templates, scripts, recordings, exclusive community access, even partnering with other businesses to offer added perks.
Exactly. The key is to make sure the bonuses genuinely add value and enhance the offer. Now, there's one final piece of the puzzle we need to address. Risk.
Okay, that's a big one.
It is.
How do we make people feel more comfortable taking the leap?
That's where guarantees come into play.
Guarantees.
A strong guarantee can neutralize that risk and give people the confidence they need to say yes.
I've heard that a well-crafted guarantee can double or even quadruple conversion rates.
It's true.
Wow.
Are there different types of guarantees we should consider?
Yeah, tell me more about that.
There are several. The classic money-back guarantee is a simple way to eliminate financial risk.
Okay.
You can also have what's called conditional guarantees with specific terms and conditions. And these can be even more powerful because you might be offering something more valuable than a refund.
Interesting. Can you give me an example?
Imagine you're selling a weight loss program.
Okay.
Instead of just offering a refund,
Yeah.
you guarantee a specific amount of weight loss. Let's say 10 pounds within a certain time frame.
Okay.
If the client follows your program and doesn't achieve that, they get their money back, plus a bonus coaching session.
Oh, that's a good idea.
To help them troubleshoot.
So you're showing confidence in your program and offering support.
Exactly.
If somebody struggles.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Are there other types of guarantees?
There's something called an anti-guarantee.
An anti-guarantee.
Yeah. It might sound counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But it can be effective.
Okay.
It's where you state that all sales are final, no refunds.
Oh, wow.
Now, this only works if you can justify why a refund isn't possible.
I see.
Typically by emphasizing some exclusive or time-sensitive element.
So it's like, this is so valuable.
Right.
We can't offer refund.
Exactly.
Yes.
And finally, there are implied guarantees where you only get paid if you deliver the promised results.
Like a performance-based thing.
Exactly. So you can get really creative with guarantees.
That's really cool.
You can even stack multiple guarantees to create a super strong risk reversal strategy.
Yeah.
But there's one last touch we need to add to make our offer really shine.
Right.
A captivating name.
Oh, yeah, the art of naming. The good name can really make your offer stand out.
Absolutely. He has a handy acronym for that.
Oh, he does. What is it?
MAGIC.
MAGIC.
It stands for market.
Oh,
authority. Guarantee.
Guarantee.
Intrigue and call to action.
Wow. So it's not just a catchy phrase.
It's not.
It's like a mini strategy.
It is.
In itself. Okay, so market is about defining who it's for.
Exactly.
Authority showcases your expertise.
Yeah.
Guarantee, we just talked about.
Yes.
Intrigue piques their curiosity.
Yes.
And call to action tells them what to do.
Exactly.
Awesome. This has been so interesting.
I know, we've covered a lot.
It's important to pause and digest.
Yes.
So we started by emphasizing the starving crowd.
Yes.
Then we explored the value equation. Then we talked about the steps to translate those ideas into a tangible offer.
Right.
Highlighting the solutions, the delivery methods, trimming and stacking.
Absolutely.
Then we talked about scarcity and urgency, the power of bonuses and guarantees. And then we just talked about the art of naming. Wow. It's amazing how much thought goes into a truly irresistible offer.
It really is. And all of this comes before you even start thinking about marketing and sales.
Right.
But before we jump into that, let's take a quick break.
Sounds good to me. When we come back, we'll delve deeper into some of these concepts and explore how to make your offer stand out in a crowded marketplace. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. So before the break, we were talking about how much goes into a killer offer even before you start selling.
Right.
Speaking of selling, let's talk about Hormozi's own journey for a moment.
Okay.
He started with these done-for-you gym launches where he practically did everything for his clients.
It's wild, like flying around, spending his own money on ads, even onboarding clients.
Absolutely.
Talk about going above and beyond.
It was very generous.
Yeah.
But not exactly sustainable.
Right.
He was burning himself out and limiting his reach.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He realized he could help way more people by teaching them how to do it themselves.
Okay.
Rather than doing it all for them.
So it's like the old saying, give an ant a fish, you feed him for a day.
Right.
Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life.
Exactly.
But how does that apply to crafting offers?
That's where the sales to fulfillment continuum comes in.
Sales to fulfillment continuum, okay.
Yeah, it's this spectrum that shows the trade-off between how easy something is to sell versus how easy it is to actually deliver.
Okay, so on one end, we've got offers that are easy to sell, but a nightmare to fulfill.
Right.
And on the other, we've got offers that are super easy to fulfill, but really tough to convince anyone to buy.
Exactly.
It sounds like we need to find that sweet spot in the middle.
You got it.
Right.
We want something appealing to customers and manageable for us.
Right.
His approach is create flow, monetize flow, then add friction.
Interesting. So it's not about making everything super efficient.
No.
Right, from day one.
Not at all.
It's about proving there's demand first.
Yeah.
Finding ways to make money. And then refining the process.
Exactly.
So it's like starting with a killer hot dog stand and then figuring out how to grill those franks faster.
Exactly. Don't get bogged down in the details before you know there's a market.
Okay.
Over-deliver it first, create that buzz, then streamline.
This is making me rethink how I approach things.
Yeah.
I tend to get hung up on perfecting everything.
I think think a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But remember that initial enthusiasm
Yeah.
and feedback from your early customers? That's invaluable.
Right.
It helps you refine your offer in ways you might not have anticipated.
Totally. So we've got the demand.
Yeah.
We're making money.
Okay.
Now it's time to get creative with our delivery.
Oh, okay. Didn't Hormozi have a cool tool for brainstorming different delivery methods?
He calls it the delivery cube.
The delivery cube.
It helps you visualize all the different ways you can package and deliver your offer.
Okay.
It breaks things down into 3 dimensions.
Right.
Personal attention, effort required from the client,
Gotcha.
and the medium of delivery.
So personal attention, are we talking like one-on-one coaching,
Yeah,
group programs, or something in between?
exactly.
Okay.
Then effort required.
Okay.
Do you want to do everything for the client
Yeah.
or empower them to take ownership?
Right.
And finally, medium.
Okay.
Is it online courses, in-person workshops,
Yeah.
a combination of both?
I see.
The cube helps you explore all these options.
So it's like those choose-your-own-adventure books. Kind of.
But for business models.
Yeah, you can mix and match.
Yeah.
To find the perfect combination.
Awesome. So we've got the market,
Uh-huh.
the offer, the delivery method.
Okay.
Anything else we need to consider before we unleash this masterpiece?
We talked about stacking before.
Yes.
But it's worth revisiting because it's not just about bundling random things together.
Right.
It's about strategically layering your offer to create that wow factor.
So each element builds on the last one.
Right.
Like adding layers to a cake.
Exactly.
Making the whole thing irresistible.
Precisely. Think back to his gym example.
Yeah.
He don't just offer a gym membership.
Right.
He stacked it with solutions to every possible obstacle.
Right. So he addressed nutrition, motivation,
Yep.
accountability,
Yes.
even those social anxieties some people have.
Exactly.
It's like he created a one-stop shop
He did.
for achieving fitness goals.
He created an offer so comprehensive that it became the obvious choice.
This is making so much sense. It's not just about what you offer.
Right.
It's about how you package it and present it.
Exactly.
You address every concern and make it irresistible.
Absolutely. But before we get too carried away with all the bells and whistles, I want to bring us back to something we touched on earlier. Exclusivity and desirability.
Oh yeah, making your offer something people crave. I'm all ears.
Think back to that $25,000 a ticket fundraiser.
Oh yeah.
Part of what made it so appealing was that not everyone could get in. It created this air of exclusivity.
I remember feeling pretty special that night.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So how do we translate that to our offers?
Yeah, how do we do that?
There are a few ways. You could offer limited edition versions of your product or service.
Good.
Create exclusive membership tiers with premium perks.
Yeah.
Or even host invite-only events.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Something that fosters a sense of community.
Okay, so we're turning our customers into insiders, giving them access to something special. I love it. But wouldn't that limit our customer base?
It might seem counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but sometimes limiting access can actually increase demand.
Really?
Think about those limited edition sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
They sell for crazy prices
Yeah, they do.
because everyone wants what they can't have.
It's like that while supplies last thing.
Exactly.
Creates that urgency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
And remember, exclusivity doesn't have to mean expensive.
Right.
It's about creating an experience that feels special.
Right.
Whether that's through personalized attention, exclusive content, early access to new products.
So it's not just about what we offer.
Right.
It's about how we make people feel.
Exactly.
Like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
And when you do that successfully,
Yeah.
your customers become your biggest advocates.
It's like a cycle of awesomeness.
It is.
This has been such an incredible deep dive.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I feel like I have a whole new playbook.
Awesome.
Before we wrap up this section,
Yeah.
let's leave our listeners with a question. To really get them thinking about how they can apply this, what do you have for them?
How can you infuse your current offer, or the one you're dreaming up, with a sense of exclusivity?
Yeah.
How can you make it something people not only want to buy, but are excited to tell their friends about?
That's a great question to ponder. And it leads perfectly into our next section, where we'll explore some real-world examples of these principles in action. Stay tuned. Okay, so before the break, we were talking about making our offers not just good, but something people crave.
Yeah, something they really desire.
I'm already brainstorming here,
Good.
but I could definitely use some inspiration.
Okay.
Got any real-world examples of how this exclusivity thing plays out?
Oh, tons. Think about those limited edition sneakers
Okay.
that sell out in minutes.
Yeah.
Or invite-only mastermind groups for entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah. Those were popular.
It's not just about the product or service itself. It's that feeling of being part of something special.
Like you can't sit with us.
Yeah, but in a good way.
But in a good way. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
about making your offer so desirable
Right.
that it creates its own buzz.
Remember those early days of Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
It was invite only.
Yeah,
And it felt super exclusive. People were bragging about being on it.
totally. And that fueled its growth, turning users into advocates.
It's like that velvet rope effect.
It is.
The harder it is to get in, the more people want it.
Exactly.
So how do we tap into that without actually having a velvet rope?
A lot of ways. You could offer early access to your most loyal customers.
Okay.
Create a waiting list for your program,
Uh-huh.
or even partner with another business to offer a limited time bundle
Oh, that's a cool idea.
that's only available to a select group.
So we're turning our customers into insiders,
Exactly.
giving them access to something that not everyone gets.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that limit our potential customer base?
It might seem counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But sometimes limiting access can actually increase demand.
Really?
Remember those limited edition sneakers?
Yeah,
They sell for crazy prices
I do.
on the resale market because everyone wants what they can't have.
It's like those while supplies last sales.
Yeah.
It creates urgency.
It does.
So people jump at the opportunity. Okay, I get it.
And remember, exclusivity doesn't have to mean expensive.
Right, okay.
It's about creating an experience that feels special,
Okay.
whether that's personalized attention,
Yeah.
exclusive content,
Uh-huh.
or early access to new products or features.
So it's not just about what we offer.
Right.
It's about how we make people feel.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're tapping into that desire
Yeah.
to be part of something bigger than themselves.
And when you do that successfully,
Yeah.
your customers become your biggest advocates.
That's also, it's like a self-perpetuating cycle.
It is.
This has been such an incredible deep dive.
I'm glad you liked it.
I feel like I have a whole new playbook for crafting offers.
Awesome.
Any final thoughts for our listeners as they go out
Yeah.
ready to craft their own irresistible offers?
I would encourage them to remember that a truly great offer is a win-win.
Okay.
It benefits both the customer and the business.
Right.
It's a solution to a problem that delivers exceptional value
Yes.
and makes people feel good about saying yes.
That is so well said. So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
it's about understanding your market, knowing your value, neutralizing risk,
Yes.
and making people feel like they're part of something special.
Absolutely.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive
Thanks for having me.
into Alex Hormozi's $100 offers. Remember, the world is full of starving crowds
Yes.
just waiting for the right offer. Go out there and create something amazing.